Okay guys, this is part 2. So what we covered in the first video was the introduction riff, which is this, and the G chord. So okay, now we're moving on to the C chord, which is the next in the progression. So that's this here. And I guess I have to assume that anyone that's watching is sort of familiar with chord structures and where to put your fingers. If you're not, then I guess you might just have to sort of watch me very carefully where my fingers are and just try and mirror the sound of each note that I play. So I apologize if you're in that situation, but I mean it's probably going to take a long time if I take you through every little note that I'm playing. So yeah, again, I apologize. So we're doing the C chord. And to move from the G to the C chord, we're still using that introduction riff, which is this. It just sort of, it's sort of like a transition to the next chord. It helps the song and the overall riff run really smoothly. So we're going from the introduction and we're going to do the G and C chord right now. So it goes like this. Okay, so moving on to the C chord, we're going, and we're simultaneously plucking the bass line, which is here, and we're using a hammer on the 5th string, so like that. And then we're doing a sort of filler where it's like, so altogether the C chord is like this. Okay. So you're doing a hammer on and a pull off in the same chord. So moving on to the next chord, which is a D. It's not a full D in the sense that you're using this note here on the 6th string. We're actually going to leave that open. And the fingers that we're going to use for the chord is our pinky on the 5th string on the 3rd fret and our middle finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret. So keeping in mind that when you're playing a D chord, we're not using the 1st and the 2nd string. We actually start on the 3rd string, which is the open D note, and we're just playing the remaining 4 strings on the guitar. So when we move from the C to the D, we first hit the open string, which is the D, and then it's just sort of a filler from there. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, so keeping in mind that the next chord is a C, we still have to transition from the D to the C. So I tried listening to the song and it may not be 100% accurate, but what I like to do is I like to do a little hammer and pull off from the D chord. So the way I do it sounds like this. Okay, so in full pace, I guess it's going to sound like this. Okay, so we're going from the D chord. And the reason why I had you put your pinky here and your middle finger here is we're actually going to move our pinky onto the 3rd string, and it's the 4th fret. Okay, so we're moving from here to here, and our middle finger is actually going to do a pull off. So it should sound like this. Pull off. Okay, so okay. Okay. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So I'll take you through it again, and hopefully you can sort of figure out all the little fillers and transitioning from one chord to the next. So I guess you'll just have to listen closely. Another thing that sort of helped me to figure out the chord, the picking, sorry, was just listening to the way she sings it as well, because it's a bit unconventional, it's a bit unpredictable, but once you get used to the way that she sings it, it becomes easier. So for me, singing along with it really helps, so I'll just try and do my best now, and maybe you'll pick it up as well. So, okay, I'll just play the introduction, and then I'll play and then I'll start singing as well.
Said the shepherd to his wife, the crop of hay is cut and dry. I'll bale it up and bring it in before the coming storm begins. Go, she said, beat the storm, then there is another chore. Today a baby will be born. You take me to the hospital. Go, she said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, well anyway, that's how you sort of figure out the picking and stuff like that. And again, once you learn the picking and singing together, it really becomes such a good song that you can put in your cover lists for YouTube, or play when you're busking, or even performing in front of people. So it's really good. I myself, I like to play it a bit lower, but that's just my male voice as opposed to her beautiful, sexy, sweet voice. So yeah, I hope I've helped you out, guys. I hope I've made it easier for you, I guess. It's not 100% accurate, but anyway, I hope it helps. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you want me to show you other tutorials of other songs or do any covers, subscribe please, and just send me an inbox and I'll be happy to help. Okay, thanks for watching.